Oh. Huh. Probably should read the directions on the yarn. Hi friends, this is Ace and welcome back to another video. It's been a little bit rough lately with my mental health, and so I think for the foreseeable future I'm just gonna promise one video a week, and so we're back on Sunday for a new video. I have a lot planned and a lot coming out. I've just been so incredibly busy with work and it's just not happened. I've also had a deadline with a pattern test that will come out soon. But I just have been struggling in getting videos out to you. So I wanted to kind of rewind and reset and remember why I'm doing this. And this is really about having fun and connecting with you all and just sharing my journey. And so I didn't want to stress myself out. So I gave myself the grace to just do one video again this week. And so this week we're going to be talking about Bernat Baby Softee. Each skein comes with 5 ounces, 140 grams. It's 100% acrylic. It's a number 3 weight, which is one of the reasons why I had very few options when it came to DK weight yarn at big box stores. And so there's 362 yards. It comes with a bunch of baby themed colors, so like soft pastels. And you can buy it at Joann's, Michael's, anywhere online. And this is the yarn that I've been using for my pattern test that should come out sometime this week, I think. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about this yarn. At first I was really super psyched to use this yarn. I actually had another colorway of this that I got from my Facebook Marketplace free haul. And I was really excited when I did, when I worked up the swatch, it had more structure to it. But as I got through the pattern test, I just noticed that I was really sorely disappointed in it. And it was probably just not the right type of yarn to use for the garment that I was making. And so that is probably one of my biggest pieces of advice, is to really think about what you're making and try to do some research on what type of yarn you should really use. I found that this yarn ended up really sitting flat, and the stitch definition, it looks good, but it just ends up just sitting really flat. I also am not really loving the colorway that I ended up choosing. It was too safe for me. I just chose a gray. I really wish I had chosen color, but at some point it was beyond the, point of no return, and I couldn't, change to a different yarn. I'd also made the decision to buy a more economically priced yarn for the pattern test. And so I was just trying to just find a yarn at this weight. And so, I think it would be great for like blankets or what it says, baby clothes. But for an adult garment, definitely was not really happy with the way it worked up. The other major complaint that I have with this yarn is the yarn barf. And it is real with this. And I think one of the big problems that I had with this is not only is there a ton of yarn barf, every ball that I used to make the garment, there was yarn barf, but also the way that they did up this yarn, sometimes I'm a center pull kind of gal. And so sometimes when you pull the center, the way they wound up this ball, sometimes the beginning ended up being somehow in the center, which just created way more of a headache. And it was just a lot of work to constantly be unknotting this. And I really probably should have caked everything up before I started using it. But to be honest, I was just lazy, because normally with this type, I don't have that many issues. with this type of skein. And so I just did not like the yarn burf, and I don't really want to work that hard, you know, throughout the project to constantly be unknotting this work. So you're okay with kind of more of a flatter stitch definition, and I'll show in some shots of like my final piece so that way you can see kind of what I'm talking about when it comes to that flatter stitch definition. The yarn just kind of like, it's really hard to show on camera, but it just becomes really flat. And I don't know if that's like an acrylic thing, although I've had some chunkier stuff that keeps its stitch definition a little bit more. But this just almost like, you know how acrylic is plastic, and so if you heat it up, you're to melt it, it kind of just melts. It almost gives me that kind of vibe with the stitches. It just kind of feels like just flat, and I just didn't like it. This is just one of my panels of my sweater, and I just kind of wanted to show you. Looks better in this light, but it's still not, I don't know. I'm just still not as happy with it as I would like it to be. So have you used Bernat Softee Baby? What did you think about it? It's not my favorite yarn out of all the yarns that I've used so far. It's probably one of my least favorite yarns so far. But you know, that's what this is all about, is trying new yarns. Thank you, friends, so much for watching, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye now.